Hello, my name is Stephen Alt, and I study computer science, physics, and math.
My name is Ange Barrett, and I'm studying math and physics.
And we are TiM Northeastern presenting PubPark. We began our SIG 10K challenge journey by creating a box packaging optimization system for warehousing, but after facing challenges in getting industry leaders to review our system, we decided to switch industries completely to solving the issue of public parking and parking enforcement in major cities.
The main method that is used to enforce parking violations in major cities is hiring parking enforcement officers. There are two ways these officers enforce parking, the first of which is chalking. Chalking involves taking a piece of chalk and marking the vehicle and/or the ground around the vehicle to determine if the vehicle has moved or not. The second involves license plate recognition systems, where special cameras are placed on cars that collect and store license plate information on the cloud.
There are multiple problems with these techniques. Chalking is outdated and time-consuming, and license plate recognition systems use special infrared cameras that require non-occluded views of license plate and are only able to determine time-related parking violations and parking permit violations. Most importantly, they bring no added value to the citizen of these cities other than bringing them more headaches in the form of parking fees.
The exigence for an advanced system like ours is clear. In 2019, New York City passed an anti-idling law that empowered citizens to report commercial vehicles that were idling by recording idling vehicles by uploading the footage to the city's Department of Environmental Protection. Once the violation was paid, the citizen who reported the violation is awarded 25% of the $250 fine. In 2022, a bill was proposed by a New York City Council member that will award the same 25% bounty for citizens that report bike lane violations. Given the government's new dependence on its citizens to report violations, we have even designed a reporting feature in the PubPark app.
PubPark is the future of municipality and citywide parking enforcement. PubPark uses a traditional RGB camera, multiple infrared cameras, a GPS, and the SIG TiM 881P LiDAR to create a parking experience that benefits the city and its citizens. By using techniques already deployed in current license plate recognition systems, along with advanced deep learning-based computer vision models and the SIG TiM 881P, our system is able to ticket users for time violations, permit violations, idling violations, bike lane violations, and more. And most importantly, it is able to power the PubPark app that is available to the public to show all citizens where there is open public parking.
Our system contains 4 major parts on the on-car processing. As a car with our system drives down the street, it takes 3 different types of images, the first being an RGB image. This image is fed into a masked RCNN deep learning model that outputs the make, model, and color of cars parked to its right. The second is the infrared image. This is fed into a masked RCNN deep learning model that outputs a binary classification if the car is idling or not. The third is the infrared license plate collection system that identifies and collects license plates if they are not occluded. Finally, the fourth and most important part of our system is the SIG TiM 881P that determines the distances of what exists to the right of the enforcement car and the distance between gaps in parked cars. If the distances are closer or further than the allowed distances in our personally created maps, then this car must be either double parked or in a bike lane. If the distance is further than the allowed distance, then there is no car parked to the right of the enforcement car, and we take the LiDAR measurement to determine the size of the parking space. All of this is done by incorporating the GPS data, which calculates speed and location to create proper alignments.
Once this data is collected, it is then uploaded to the cloud where the data is stored and processed further to determine parking violations in open public parking spots. This data is then transmitted to 2 different mobile applications, the first being the Parking Enforcement Officer's application. Here, the cars that are found in violation are marked on a map, and enforcement officers are notified and efficiently able to cite tickets. In the future, we believe that this step can be completely automated through the use of mailed parking tickets, where evidence of the violation is provided from the detailed data that is collected. The second mobile application the data is transmitted to is the PubPark app. Here, all the data calculated on parking spot availability that was made possible by the SIG TiM 881P LiDAR is used to display the number of open parking spots by car size on each street in the city. This enables any citizen to be able to find open parking spots and determine alternative transportation if parking does not exist.
To summarize, our system is capable of ticketing for violations that current products are incapable of, display public parking availability to anybody with a smartphone, and creates a unified government citizen parking violation system. Unlike current products, our system protects bikers by efficiently determining bike lane violations, prevents air pollution via its idling detection system, and helps the municipality's citizens to determine open public parking. In the future, we plan to create an open API that allows private parking garages to also display price and parking availability within their garage. Our system can be placed on top of any government vehicle, enabling constant live updating when vehicles are on roads registered in our personally created maps.
PubPark is the future of parking enforcement in public parking. Thank you.